Спасибо.
Statements coming in from Prime Minister Modi and President Putin, where they have shown new affirmation, a renewed commitment to the bilateral ties between India and Russia, which has entered a new strategic level. And we can see that the key Modi-Putin bilateral is currently underway, and all eyes are on this heated bilateral right moments ahead of the BRICS Summit in Kazan, Russia. And Prime Minister Narendra Modi has once again reiterated his commitment, India's commitment rather, to the ongoing conflict, to resolving the ongoing conflict between Russia and Ukraine. He has once again reiterated that the only solution can be resolved through diplomacy. Diplomacy is the only solution to the conflict, a stance that India has held time and again. And this time, India is calling for an early restoration of peace in this conflict. Prime Minister Modi has received his appreciation from Vladimir Putin earlier as well because of his peace efforts in resolving the Russia-Ukraine conflict. India is seen to be playing a greater role in the global order as an aftermath of this bilateral, which is being held right moments before the key BRICS Summit 2024 in Kazan, Russia. We have Dr. Sergey Dyoryanov joining us, the Vice President and Director of Communications of the BRICS Culture and Media Forum. We welcome you on this broadcast, Dr. Sergey. Let me straight away begin with asking you the question, what are the key matters, the key issues on the cards for the leaders during the BRICS Summit 2024, Doctor?
Thank you so much for your beautiful question. We can see that today even the name of BRICS, if we'll take first letter, it starts not from Brazil, because President of Brazil will not attend this BRICS Summit, but it starts from Bharat. It's Bharat and Russia and Iran, the new member of BRICS. We can translate this particular intergovernment alliance the new way. And Bharat was the first country, Bharat civilization, India was the first country who start with a global discussion of the future cooperation of all BRICS countries. We can see that Shri Narendra Modi, the Prime Minister of India, he looks very happy and full of joy, always smiling. And our leader is very serious because it's a big responsibility to be chairmanship and host all BRICS countries. But everything going well, and thanks a lot for support of Shri Narendra Modi ji. We can see that India particularly have their own interests to develop BRICS alliance. For example, logistics ways. China start with a Silk Way, but India also has some vision how to promote the way of trading through BRICS alliance. And of course,
guess now we are continuing our conversation with Dr. Sergey Dyoryanov, and he's Vice President and Director of Communications of the BRICS Cultural Media Forum. He's live from Moscow. He's been having a conversation with our team. Very good afternoon to you, Dr. Dyoryanov. And, this build-up to BRICS Summit has seen President Putin take center stage, and in that interaction or engagement with media persons from across BRICS countries, he specifically mentioned a couple of things about India, including Bollywood, including trade, including the possible role for India in a Ukraine-Russia detente. You think this bilateral that's happening between the two leaders, some of those issues or all of those issues actually would be discussed as the meeting happens?
Yes, of course, because it's a global agenda right now. we have no any more important topic like a peace. Without peace, we cannot trade, we cannot even be survived. And the condition of peacemaking dialogue based on the spiritual knowledge of Bharat civilization. We know a lot that always spiritual knowledge can give some enlightenment to the politicians. That's why I completely believe that a role of Bharat. I want to repeat it again, that today BRICS start with Bharat. Bharat, Russia, Iran, China, South Africa, and other countries. Come again, Swagatam, welcome to Kazan. Why our national leader Vladimir Putin choose Kazan city? Because it's variety. We are very rich country, not only because of the material resource, but because of culture. Like in India, you have Kashmir and Kanyakumari, and a lot of different Tamil Nadu. We also have different states of Russia. For example, Kazan is completely Muslim. Tatarstan is Muslim republic, but full of traditions. That's why our national leader chooses a special city to welcome all BRICS countries, to show that culture diversity, that is the future of BRICS alliance.
Also, Dr. Durvanov, President Putin also quoted Prime Minister on the nature of BRICS, which is not anti-Western, it is just non-Western. There are concerns in the West that this grouping is sort of shaping up as a very anti-Western alliance, and particularly in the backdrop of Europe war and the kind of media attention the BRICS Summit is getting. You think that there could be some focus on that aspect of BRICS, that this is a grouping which is not Western, or this is anti-Western?
Completely agree with you that BRICS has their own global agenda, is not anti-West or anti-East. It's based on universal spiritual principles and universal knowledge as well. First of all, I want to mention that our national leader was appreciated to repeat in his speech that India was from the day one, from the beginning of alliance, when it was even not 5 but 4 countries, stay with Russia and start to develop a new vision of modern political agenda and policy, global policy, and which based on justice, which based on dharma, we can say. That's why it's completely not anti-West. Even we can support West with our vision how to promote traditional values, how to promote humanity, how to promote spiritual knowledge. That's why we should little bit change to see the enemy in collective West. We should choose some politicians which can be positive and open heart and give them opportunity to start with new era, new page of modern history, golden age. I completely believe that together we can do it.
He has a question for you. Let Kartat come in.
Yeah, and the most important question that also has to be asked now, Dr. Durvanov, is that whether peace agenda will be at the top of discussions in the bilateral meeting as well as the BRICS Summit. We had previously seen India's national security advisor also traveling to Moscow to brief President Putin on the meeting between Prime Minister Modi and President Vladimir Zelensky of Ukraine. Do you think that during these bilateral talks, and especially at large at the BRICS Summit, for the global development agenda, global peace will also be at the top of the talking points?
Yes, that peace agenda is very complicated topic. As you know, we have a lot of players. We can see during the war, even all European countries, they are suffering. They are suffering without Russian support, without Russian oil and gas. Even India support Europe today because India buying oil and gas from us and then supply to Europe to support at least something to economy of European country. Again, who's the main winner of this conflict? We can see that, frankly speaking, everybody understands in the modern situation that America is doing well with their always policy to extract and receive some benefits from any particular conflict in the world. That's why it's a question how we can educate modern politicians in Europe and change their position by logic, by spiritual knowledge, by discussion and peacemaking dialogue with open hearts.
Indeed, and talking about oil and gas, particularly, BRICS is a very interesting multilateral forum. As it stands, BRICS represents almost 44% of the world's crude oil production countries coming together on one platform. I think it is a one of a kind of a platform which rivals with the OPEC. How do you see the energy security now playing out also as a major part of discussion between Russia, as more and more countries are also equally pivoting towards Russia for their energy needs, India being one of them?
I can see that future of BRICS not only economy. If we're talking about economy, of course, we should mention that vision of BRICS alliance, it's a win-win situation, it's justice, is coexistent in interdependence, where we depend from each other economy, from each other culture, and coming to the point of the future, I think that we should develop to open new research centers to develop new kind of energy, green energy as well. Because we can see that today all humanity, all our civilization came to the point where we should take care about the future generations, how we will deliver to them possibility to be survived in that conditions. That's why we should take care about future generations. It's very important. But coming to the resource of Russia, everybody understands that Russia has a lot of resource with oil and gas. And it should be some new conditions of discussion with Western politicians, how they should remove sanctions from Russia. That is most important. Because it will be also for their benefit, not only Russia, for their benefit. They're suffering a lot because of this conflict and sanctions.
Well, building on from what sanctions are all about, another member who is going to attend the BRICS Summit, Iran, is also part of a lot of US sanctions, also a major global economy in terms of oil production. But there have been indications that Israel could possibly even strike their energy infrastructure or even their nuclear sites. President Putin also in the last few days has shown indication of a revision perhaps of Russia's nuclear doctrine. As a fellow BRICS member nation and the world's largest democracy, Indians are quite worried and equally looking at the BRICS member states on what they would say about these developments amidst the BRICS nations concerning specifically to nuclear technology. Doctor, would you like to share some light on it?
Yes, I want to tell that all BRICS countries, not only countries, it's civilizations. For example, Saudi Arabia, Iran, Egypt, even Ethiopia, that very ancient traditional countries, which they we can separately explain them like a civilization, very ancient, with traditions, with roots, with history. And come to the point of the economy. Of course, right now in the Middle East, we can see the very complicated situation because of the conflicts of civilization between Israel, like a Jewish religion, and Muslim world. And we should always think how, through spiritual knowledge, to educate modern politicians. Because Israel should give some education to Palestine population, should spray more love and support and change situation for their benefits. It's not question of war. It's not question of some strong efforts. It's a question of spiritual knowledge. And of course, nuclear power is the future. I can see that all humanity should be united our efforts how to found the new waves to support economy for to deliver the next generation the chance to be survived in the planet Mother Earth.
Okay, Dr. Druvanov, because we are discussing BRICS and in fact a bilateral meeting is happening between President Putin and Prime Minister Modi. I'm curious to understand What's on the agenda there? Do you have some idea about what the two leaders could be discussing now?
I already mentioned that it's a lot of common interests between our countries, which is based in our similarity in spiritual tradition. Both our leaders, they're believers. They believe to God. And I already mentioned that end of the BRICS Summit, which 24 of October, is exactly a birthday of United Nations. And we'll celebrate 79 years of United Nations. Next year will be anniversary, 80 years, 2025. And I think that BRICS can spread the new message to global society to put to basic documents of UN, put God will and particular word of God, because from the when United Nations was installed, USSR and China was completely aggressively against put word God to the basic documents of United Nations. And right now, agenda should be changed. India should spray the Sanatana Dharma knowledge, and we should create new concept of basic documents of United Nations. That is my vision, and I can see that it's completely next step of BRICS development.
Yeah, interesting that you mentioned about President Putin believing in God, because we had a very different picture. But we'll continue this conversation and slipping into a short break coming on the other side.